Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Buccaneers. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Smith, the man in motion left.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Broncos. 19 Lions.
Hurts throwing right away. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On first down, Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Cut 19.
Throwing is Hurts. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
18 more yards.
In motion left goes Smith.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Smith, the man in motion left.
And 10 at the Ravens' 14-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
3rd and
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Kenneth Walker, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, it's a tough way to start this Super Bowl, Charles. You give up the touchdown, and then on the first play, you take a shot downfield, but it's intercepted.
Yeah, Brandon, remember when we sat down with their offensive staff before the game, the offensive coordinator showed us his play sheet, and what did he have written on it? Be bold. And that's exactly what they were on their first drive. It didn't turn out. The interception came, and now they're hoping their defense can bail them out.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
19 target, 19 target, final 18.
He'll look to throw. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And Walker has it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. 19
more yards. That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Second down and goal. Hurts. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Kyle Pitts from 6 yards away. And the Bucs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
13 yards on the play.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. In motion left comes Williams.
2nd and 6.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ken Walker, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Ravens nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
It's a game of 4.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on third down. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. Pushes him over. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, it's Taylor. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's going to be caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 30 yards. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Buccaneers 21, Ravens 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Cut 19. 19, 5 years. Corner 17.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding Walker, complete. Touchdown! Kenneth Walker with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
28, Ravens 7. Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
77 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and
Now
10,
flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Taylor. 13 more yards. He was brought down at the 45.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Another Baltimore first down.
Throwing is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bucs 43-yard line.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. Running right through him. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
19 strikes, 19 strikes. Hey, Cash. 79 Broncos. Roll.
From the 22, Hurts. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It's caught inside the 25. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison of the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball